Let's look at some of the items which predicts performance in candidate's resume. So the factors which will affect which will predict that it's a good performance are that what are the current role in his current environment, what are the current achievements in his current employment. While the question in the in-depth analysis, you can ask the questions about the current scenario, what are the reasons for leaving, what are the achievements, what are the challenges that the candidate is facing. So that will help to understand what the candidate is capable of doing. What the candidate has been capable of doing in the previous employments may not really be a factor again, because the latest performance, latest roles played by the candidate are most relevant. Past prior sales experience is again one more indicator what he has been able to achieve. So not just that qualitative experience, but the quantitative achievements. How much percentage increase in the sales, what was the quota that was achieved, the budgets, the incentives that they have got, the knowledge of the job requirements, again will help to understand that the candidate has read the job analysis, has read the job description, have understood the experiences that are needed for the performance, and they are able to perform the things. A recruitment source again will also be helpful in predicting the performance, because they would be able to tell us more about the candidate, how if they have been hired through the colleagues or to the references of internal employees. They would be able to vouch that the performance would be good or not good. um, Residential moves will also be helping around to understand what is the stability of the colleague that we are going to hire and their education. The harder the education and how long they have been continuing to study. Have they achieved any degree or any certification or any diploma post their working experiences? During their working experiences, what kind of new topics they have learned. If the candidate has not learned anything significant in the recent terms, it might also be a factor, it might also predict that the candidate is not willing to learn anything new. So these are just only the predictive areas, but the more will be able to reflect only when you have the in-depth experience, in-depth interview with the candidate. Now, some items which will predict low turnover will also be the career aspirations. If the career aspiration of the candidate is usually to grow in the ladder and become the CMO or become the director of sales and marketing, that will predict a lower turnover, because in that case the candidate has an aspiration. You can also look at the previous jumps, previous employments in his career ladder. If the person has been changing the jobs just to get the promotions, or has been staying around in one company and then get promoted, so that will also help to understand if the candidate will move very soon or will stay there. Prior sale experience and also the employment length will help to understand that the candidate's turnover will be high or low. What has been the training experiences, what has been the commitments, what was the level of sales quotas that they have achieved. Those things would definitely help to understand what are performance, what are the lower turnover. So when we are looking at the resume, the sales managers need to read through the lines, need to read between the latest experience, ask for achievements, ask the reasons why they have been changing, what are the career aspirations and the previous sales experience, so that we can understand what will be the performance of the candidate, and would the candidate stay for a long period of time with the company or not.